Okay, Marit. Where we talk about feminist porn, and you did your first film in a compilation of feminist short porn from Sweden. It's called Dirty Diaries, and of course we awarded this Dirty Diaries also in 2011, but it came out a little bit earlier, and you choose the topic of authority, and maybe you tell us a little bit why.
Yeah, so I was asked to make a film for this DVD project that Mia Engberg produced, and she applied for money to the Swedish Film Institute and got money for this project. Yeah, when it was released, there was a lot of discussions, of course, of like tax money going to porn.
Sex education.
Yeah. Right. But the result was 12 very interesting feminist films on different views on sex and sexuality, and I had never made a film before, and I was not sure from the beginning what to do, but I discussed it with friends and things, and then I decided to do something that were related to power structures and hierarchies, which is related to the background I come from as an activist. And yeah, so I made the film Authority. Yeah.
And in this film you show how you can skip the structures, the society structures, and also through sexuality.
Well, skip the power structures is never possible. But you can play around with them and you can try to deconstruct them. And I think that's what we were trying to do. And yeah, what we wanted to portray.
Great. So the next thing what you did is also to show emotions, to show how you can come along with this in a porn situation, in sexuality. And I'm talking about Share. I think that was your next film, where it's a threesome, and it was very interesting to see how you include yourself, how it is, the topic is feelings, the topic is jealousy. And afterwards you did also a film where the actors talk to each other and you were part of it.
Yeah, so my second film, Share, I was dealing with the topic jealousy, and which also comes from my working with issues in my own life.
Yeah, well, everybody knows, I think, about that.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
We all need to work with these emotions. And film is a great way to do that.
Yeah.
And then I made a documentary. The thing was, when I started to make porn, one of the most political thing I could imagine was to be able to portray sex and sexuality without having to explain myself, without having to analyze it. Why are we doing this? And like, I come from a background where I like have been theorizing and analyzing things a lot also. But yeah, the most powerful thing was to just put out a film with sex and sexuality and not having to like explain or to convince anyone. Like, that's, if we live in a society where our bodies are like obvious, it's just normal that we show ourselves in that way. That's one of the most powerful things I can imagine. But of course we don't live in that society. We need to discuss what we are doing, and that's why after I made Share, I made a documentary about making porn. So I interviewed my actors why they wanted to act in porn and why that could be a feminist tool, an activist tool. and I let them interview me also about why.
Yeah. And that's really very egalitarian, and it's also a feminist way, which is which many filmmakers do, that they bring themselves into the film, that they say the topic is also me as a voyeur or voyeurs. So, and also reflecting what am I doing. And I really love that in your films you always are reflecting not only what the actors do, but also what yourself do, and you integrate yourself. So that's a special thing in your films. And I'm quite astonished to hear that you, at the beginning, you didn't think about theorizing.
I thought about it, of course, but I thought it's like, no, I don't want. I want this to just be out there, and I don't want to have to explain why we're doing this, and this should be okay to do this. But no, we're not living in that world, and I am not that person.
And I think it's really good to explain it also, because with the documentary, all the actors, they say there are different motivations to do it, and they develop their own sexuality through doing porn also, that they get into another power, that they can live out different kinds of sexuality they didn't know before in that sense. And also to get aware of what you say in the film also is that the personal is political. So, and that to create own images, for example, that's what you want to do with the film, and that's what the actors want to do in playing in your films.
Yeah, back then it was released 2011, I think, and back then I was thinking a lot about what we inherit from our ancestors and from our mentors, because I learned about feminists from the radical feminism a lot, that has been against porn and everything, and still see porn as a betrayer to the feminist movement, like and I was thinking a lot about how I could connect these worlds that I like, the radical feminism where I came from, and the sex positive feminism that I come in connection with through porn and making porn. So this thing, the personal is political, comes from all this what the 70s movement of feminist built up, and also I call the film Sisterhood, and that is a clear like sign, or like I wanted to have like something that connected this to this earlier generation of feminism that you often use the word sisterhood. Today I think I would have given the name another title, partly also because I think it's problematic to claim the word sisterhood. What is sisterhood? And like, for example, in this film there's only white persons, and it's very common that white persons are claiming the word sisterhood for the feminism, and and also all these discussions about in the feminist movement now, especially in Sweden, where there's a backlash in relation to trans issues right now, and there's a lot of hate against like the queer and trans movement that comes from feminists. And if you use a word that is claiming sisterhood as we are one group, can be problematic. Yeah.
It can be, and the other side is it's also your development. You know, it's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And now you do other films. You have a film like Instinct, where genders are melting together. You don't see the typical categorizing of gender anymore. You even learn how to deconstruct your gaze in your film, and this is something really, really progressive. And we talked about last week here, and also the next film. So maybe you tell us a little bit where you are now, because it's like when I see your films, it's really like getting closer to deconstructing and also to even more feelings, more personal. Maybe you tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so a lot of things happened since I made my first film, and a lot of things happen in the world. And what became more and more important for me through the years, one thing that has become more important is the actual process of making the film. That the actual product is one thing, but also what is happening while you're doing the film. Through a product, through a film, you can create different images, maybe alternative images that you want to see, and that is one thing. But another important part of filmmaking is when you actually do the film and what you create then. And this goes very close to also what kind of images will be the final film. So this I work with a lot in When We Are Together, We Can Be Everywhere, that I made in close collaboration with Liz Rosenfeld, the artist and filmmaker. Where I want to there I think I want to deconstruct the line between behind the camera and in front of the camera, and the voyeur, the role you have as a filmmaker, and maybe the longing you have to be part of the film, but you're not there because it's a camera behind. And
That's amazing how you did it. It's really also funny a little bit. So.
Yeah, we use humor in a way which I'm very happy about, that we managed to do that, and that these images where we use humor, they are created through the process. I would never have been able to come up, for example, with all the laughter in one of the scenes, in one of the sex scenes. There's a lot of laughter and things that becomes funny because of everyone on set, the one behind on camera, the one in front of the camera. So that's a great example of how much the process means for the creation of the final film in the end.
And also you don't cut it out. And I think that laughter is one form of sexuality also.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
Yeah, and it's so great that you're included.
Yeah, and I think this is something I'm talking about myself, it's something that is hard to include. We don't learn that.
That's true.
Never.
You never laughed.
No, but how important it is, to bring that in to life, and to the life and to the movement, and to so I'm
You're on the humorous way, on the wet way, because it's like releasing also. It's always about tension and releasing, and it's great.
Yeah. So, and that my new film that will be premiered at the Porn Film Festival this year in the end of October, called Hold. It is not a film where there's any laughter. It's very serious, but it's touching the same topics maybe as laughter, because for me it's a lot about healing. So this is the topic that I have become more and more interested in, how we can heal, which is related to me getting older and maybe turning my gaze more into me. And so this is a film with BDSM as a practice, and it touches the questions around what BDSM can bring to our bodies and how we can heal in a way, as laughter can heal us. Yeah.
And at the same time, also like crying can heal us.
Exactly. There's crying in this film. Exactly.
And it's connected, so it's about feelings coming up, emotions, and releasing again. And like the holding, it's really like like a symbol of healing. So I like that very much, and I see so many feminist things in your film. So I thank you for your work. It's really great. And thank you for being also at Feminist Porn Award.
Oh God, thank you so much for including me in this award and to nominate me. It's an honor, and to be a part of this now different generations of feminist porn filmmakers. You recently put out a post on Instagram where you highlighted Candida Royale, that she got the first. And that's a huge honor to be nominated to the same prize as Candida Royale. She has meant a lot for me and for us. Yeah.
She's really our big mother.
Yeah.
So, we see you at October 16 at the Feminist Porn Award.
See you.